Hello, how are you? Make sure you get a wipe and you can wipe your desk off, okay? And what's your name, dear? Rhea. Okay. Say it again. Oh, Reyes. Okay, thank you. I tell you, we can't hear through these masks. I can't hear. I can't hear. I can't talk. Hello, what's your name? Emily. Nice to meet you. Grab a wipe and all right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can everyone see my screen now? I had a tech difficulty. Okay, I have three people that have logged in. Please log in. The quiz is so far I only have three people. The system might have hung up. I don't know. You can't get in? You don't see it? Okay, let me hold on. Let me do it again. It hung up. Hold on. I'll fix it. Okay, that should fix it. It hung up. Hmm? For quizzes, oh, for Google Classroom, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, you see. What is it? Okay. Come on up here and I'll give it to you on this piece of paper. It's LWUM 264. Come get this. This is the class code. That's a LWM. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few more minutes to log in. Okay, our winners. Okay, every time that you log into my class and on virtual learning days, if we don't already have an assignment like quizzes or Kahoot already up, you'll be working in Quill, Epic Books, or News Ella. Our story this week is The Gift of the Magi for those who have not been here. We're talking about what is irony and what is inference, and the recorded lecture and the video and PowerPoints are in the Google Classroom, which I'll show in just a minute. This shows what's due this week. I updated it and changed it, and this is in your Google Classroom. You have Ed Puzzle, News Ella, Quizzes, and those are the dates. This shows your quill assignments for the entire or the remainder of the year, all the way from February all the way to June. We're focusing on subject verb agreement and commonly confused words. So this will change, and then I had to change the dates because certain stories were going to be on longer than others. So I'm going to show you how to get into Epic. So this is what you need to do. You should have seen the directions in your email, but if not, we're going to do it right now. Oh, there it is. So this is what you need to do. You need to go to www.getepic.com, and I'm going to put it in the chat as well, and // students. The code is I as in ice cream, S as in Sam, 1171. Then you find your name and select your name. That's what you have to do, and look in the chat for the directions as well. These are the books that you are reading. I've only assigned you 4, and the questions are also in Google Classroom that you have to answer in order to get credit. There are also 2 of these books have quizzes with it. So you have the Kung Fu Puzzle book, Leaders Like Us, Henry Louis Gates Jr., The Book Itch, and Martin Luther King. So this is what you work on when you come in my class or if you finish your work early, etc., etc. Any questions about quizzes? So that's how you log in. And you should be able to access the books. And then I also put the links in there as well. Okay, so let me go to Google Classroom. This right here, always click on classwork so you can see the folders. These are your assignments and it shows the due dates. Right here where it says Epic Book, Epic Book, Epic Book, those are the questions you have to answer, and the quiz online if it has a quiz to get credit. And I think I put the links here where you can click the links to get it. For News Ella, you should be able to access it through Clever, but if not, I have attached the documents here. And if you cannot type on it, you could just type on Google Docs to turn it in to me. Okay, if you have not, I had to update this as well with our accounts passwords. For Quill, you should just been able to accept the Google Classroom invite, so I deleted what I had yesterday. And of course, I showed you the directions for Epic. We'll talk about Canva and Penzu at a later time. And then I already showed you the weekly agenda that has all the dates for most of your assignments for Quill, Epic, News, Ella, etc., etc. If you have not looked at the directions, the YouTube video that I did, and this is a copy of the welcome letter I sent to your parents. Okay, these are the unit materials and some things that we're going to read in the future. I've already posted that, but we're on the gift of the Magi. And I think you've already read The Most Dangerous Game. So there are the quizzes links, and that's due next week. Is that next week? Yes, it is. And of course, those are other resources that you can listen to. Their podcasts and games and other things in English. But now back to what we need to talk about today. Um, yes, here it is. Of course, we've been reading the story, The Gift of the Magi, and it is a discussion or an example of showing selfless love and sacrificing. Here in this story, you have two middle-aged people. The concepts of self-sacrifice and unselfishness can be alien to them. This story has a lot of irony. What is irony? The opposite of what you expect. There are three types of irony, and we talked about that yesterday. Verbal, dramatic, and situational. Verbal, you say the opposite. You say one thing, but you mean the opposite. Dramatic irony, when the reader understands more about the events of a story than the character. Situational irony is the twist ending. This says where the news hits home on this truck and they actually hit a house. So again, the definition of irony and the three types of irony. Okay, so look at the example on the screen. George breaks a date with his girlfriend so he can go to a ball game with the guys. Then he goes to the game and he sees his girlfriend with another guy. What type of irony does this example represent? And please type your answers in the chat. Is it dramatic, situational, or verbal? And I do have a notebook here. I'm gonna let you know because this meeting being recorded. I'm keeping notes of who responds, who leaves, who comes in late, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, someone, Jaden and James said situational. Miss Murray said situational. Emily said situational. Okay, very good. Mia said situational. Situational. So far, that's one, two, three, four, five people. Mhm. Okay, the answer is situational. And of course, we had this one yesterday. You don't expect to see an escalator with at a fitness center. You're watching a horror movie, you know the boogeyman is coming, but the main character does not, and they open the door. What type of irony is this? Dramatic, situational, or verbal? Okay, people are saying dramatic, and you are correct. Of course, you have the guy drinking the Coke in a Pepsi truck. Okay, you're in the rain. Your friend says, "What lovely weather we're having today." What type of irony is this? Okay, somebody said verbal. If you said verbal, you are correct. Okay, get a brain, moron. What is the irony of this picture? Yes, he spelled moron wrong. Very good. Thank you, Mia, Emily, Jaden. A police station gets robbed. What type of irony is this? Okay, someone said it's situational. Mia and Emily. Tamia said situational. Yes, you are right. What type of irony is represented by this picture? Okay, someone said situational. Very good. The van drove into a school of safe driving. Okay, your date shows up with dirty clothes. What type of irony is this? Oh, I see you've dressed up for the occasion. I myself wouldn't have opened the door myself. It would have stayed right out there. If you said verbal, you are correct. Very good. And I'm seeing the same people answering. Okay, we did this one yesterday. That's situational irony. Okay, you're on a talk show. You know that the person, why person's been brought on the show, but they don't know that they're going to see a long lost friend. What type of irony is this? Okay, someone said dramatic. Good to see you, Miss Brown. Mr. Grant, I've seen you. Yeah, you've answered before. Okay, let's see. You said dramatic. Very good. What type of irony is in this picture? Okay, someone said situational. Very good. Who would expect someone that lives in a dump like that to specialize in home repair? They need to fix their own house first. So if it's unexpected by a character, it's dramatic. Unexpected by everyone, it's situational. If it's sarcasm, it's verbal. And I think we finished this yesterday. Am I right? Didn't we finish this yesterday? I want to say that we did. Yes, I think we did finish this yesterday. Very good. Okay, you do have an ed puzzle that's due today. So we're going to go through this. If you look in your Google Classroom, all the way at the very top, make sure you click classwork. And at the very bottom, you should see, let me see, where is it? No, that's not it. Here. Maybe not. Maybe it's in the unit material. But you did have an ed puzzle that's assigned to you today. So we're going to do it right now.
The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. $1.87. That was all. And 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time by bulldozing the grocer and the vegetable man and the butcher until one's cheeks burned with the silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealing implied. 3 times Della counted it. $1.87. And the next day would be Christmas. There was clearly nothing to do but flop down on the shabby little couch and howl. So Della did it, which instigates the moral reflection that life is made up of sobs, sniffles, and smiles, with sniffles predominating.
Or just ignore my
When the
answer.
mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second, take a look at the home. A furnished flat at $8 per week. It did not exactly beg her description, but it certainly had that word on the lookout for the Duncansy squad. In the
Ma'am,
vestibule below, a letter box into
Mm-hmm.
which no letter
we
would
did this
go, and
yesterday.
an electric button from which no mortal finger could coax a ring. Also
Oh, you did do it yesterday?
appertaining thereunto was a card
Okay,
bearing
well,
the name
everybody hasn't
Mr.
turned it in.
James
Okay.
Dillingham Young. The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity when its possessor was being paid $30 per week. Now, when income was shrunk to $20, though, they were thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming D. Whenever Mr. James Dillingham Young came home and reached his flat above, he was called Jim, and greatly hugged by Mrs. James Dillingham Young, already introduced to you as Della, which is all very good. Della finished her cry and attended to her cheeks with a powder rag. She stood by the window and looked out dully at a gray cat walking a gray fence in a gray backyard. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day, and she only had $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. She'd been saving every penny she could for months with this result. $20 a week doesn't go far. Expenses had been greater than she had calculated. They always are. Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. Her Jim. Many a happy hour she'd spent planning for something nice for him, something fine and rare and sterling, something just a little bit near worthy, near to being worthy of the honor of being owned by Jim.
Okay, I'm looking at this grade book for Ed Puzzle. I only have two students who've turned this in. So I don't know. I see Mr. No, I don't know. Zatali Lozana, and I see Diari Garvin. And if I said your name correctly, please let me know. Those are the only names I've seen in the grade book. Let me look again. Diari Garvin
The gift
and Zatayo
Magi by Bill Henry. One
Lozana. If
dollar
I said your name wrong, I'm very sorry. I don't mean it.
and 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved one and two at a time by bulldozing. There was a pier glass between the windows. He saved one and two at a time by bulldozing the grocer and the vegetable man and the butcher until one's cheeks
So if
burned
you have not,
with of parsimony that such close dealing implied. 3 times Della counted it. $1.87. And the next day would be Christmas. There was clearly nothing to do but flop down on the shabby little couch and howl. So
if
Della
you have not completed this,
escapes the moral reflection that
you
life
need
is
to
made
do
up of
so
sobs,
now.
sniffles, and smiles, with sniffles predominating.
Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about.
And the mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second. Take a look at the home. A furnished flat at $8 per week. It did not exactly beg her description, but it certainly had that word on the lookout for the Duncansy squad. In the vestibule below was a letterbox into which
Okay, this is Quill, what you see on the screen.
finger could coax a ring. Also appertaining thereunto,
I just want to mention it.
Mr. James Dillingham Young. The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity, when its possessor was being paid $30 per week. Now, when income was
You've been given assignments all the way to the end of the year,
subtracting to a
and
model,
they're on subject verb agreement
Mr. James Dillingham Young came home.
and then on commonly confused words. And it's very, very simple. Whatever you assignment you're supposed to do, you should have seen it in the announcements. You look at the example. The old man feed or feeds the birds in the park. The correct word is feeds with the S. You look at the sentence, you rewrite the sentence, and it's only like 10 questions. And then you make sure you save it and exit it. That's the way it looks on my screen. It may look different on your screen. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about the gift of the Magi. Oh, yes, it's on. Okay. Now, in the chat, I want you to type what things matter to you the most. In the gift of the Magi, I would say it would be their love, the watch, and her long hair that Jim and Della valued the most. And if you notice, what would you say are your top 5 most important things in your life? If I had to say my top 5 priorities, I would say my priorities would be faith, family and friends, education, a strong work ethic, and my projects. My projects are very important to me. whether I'm publishing a book or article or whatever I'm doing. And community outreach. I used to be a part of an organization where we went to the nursing home and we visited people in prison, et cetera, et cetera. So, what are your five top priorities? Please type your answer in the chat. What are your top five top priorities? Now I'm getting tongue tied. Okay, someone said my best friend, my mom, my spirituality, my hair, and my books. Very good. Whatever you spend all your time thinking about and doing, that is your priority. I would even go and say it's your God, little God. That's what's important to you. What do you value more? Do you value possessions more or people more? Jaden said, my best friend, nature, God. You mean sweets or sweats and Harry Potter? Mm-hmm. Yes, I love a good book too. Tamia says, my family, my PS4, my hair, my friends, my future. What do you value more, people or possessions? And I really think that with this COVID 19, sometimes I think this country values possessions more because we've watched our legislature argue over $1,200, argue over $600, just argue over money. And you may not know it, but your senators, your legislators, they give themselves a raise every year. Their children don't pay for their education. They don't. Their student loans are forgiven. So what do we value more? Okay, everyone is saying people. Okay, of course, the setting of this story was New York City, a shabby apartment, and the Christmas season. During the Christmas season, in this story, the number three is very important. And what do you think is the author's message? Remember, there were three kings. They brought three gifts to Christ, the baby. There were three valuables: the watch, her hair, and love. When do you think you've given someone too much? Can you give too much? And can you love without giving? And can you give without loving? What do you think? And in a relationship, when have you given too much? What do you think? Do you think men give more or do you think the women give more? What do you think? I do too, Miss Brown and Emily. I think the women give more. Mm-hmm. Miss Murray, yes. Miss Iglesias, yes, I agree with you. I think in our culture that women are expected to give more. Okay, Jada says you can't love without giving because you have to give them trust and value. And I think women. Hmm. And also, they said in the story that there are three things in life: sobs, sniffles, and smiles. Do you think that's what life consists of? Sobs? Oh no, I know. Yeah, I know. You just see the people. No, you. It's on this screen. It will. It this the what I'm looking at right now. It doesn't open. It won't open. It keeps saying it can't be loaded. So I'm just talking. So yes, all you're going to see is your classmates on the screen for now. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Do you agree with that? Do you think life consists of sobs, sniffles, and smiles? But you can't see my questions in the chat. So the number three in this story is very, very important. Let me ask you another question. In this story, they showed their selfless love. Do you think, in your opinion, do you think Americans are selfish? For the most part, yes, I agree. Some are. And sometimes I think in this country we emphasize things more than people. Why do you need 1,000 pair of shoes? And then you see a homeless person, they have no shoes. Are you going to miss one of those pairs of 1,000 shoes? 100 pairs of shoes? 50 pairs of shoes? 25 pairs of shoes? 10 pairs of shoes? No, you're not going to miss it one bit. You can only wear you can only wear one shoe at a time. You can only live in one house at a time. You can only wear one outfit at a time. Now, I would like to know this. What is one of the greatest gifts that you have received or given? I want you to think about that. What is the one of the greatest gifts that you have received or that you've been given? Please type your answer in the chat. Yes, I would say that love is the greatest gift. My dad also surprised me with a car because at that time I was having a lot of problems, and he got me another car. Okay, someone said life. Okay, the greatest gift your niece and nephew, my boyfriend, your significant other. What's the greatest gift that you've received or the greatest gift that you've given? And can you tell me what are three things that you would do for someone that you loved dearly? Oh, Jamari said they had a fitted hat. I think I read that correctly. Okay, you lay down your life for them. Someone else said they would do anything. What are three things that you would do for someone that you loved dearly? Okay. Okay, someone say you live your life to the fullest, never give up, and show that you care. Now, other literary elements in this story include suspense and also illusion. Suspense, you have to wait to see what gifts they will give, and also the illusion, the title of the story. The three kings brought Jesus Christ precious gifts, and Christ was the most important gift. But in this story, they bought gifts for each other. She bought him a chain, but he had sold the watch, and he bought her combs, and she had chopped off all her hair. But she'll be able to use the combs eventually. Her hair will grow back. What do you think is the theme of the story? The theme is the author's message. And what does the watch and the hair symbolize in this story? What do you think? Okay, someone said love is the greatest gift of all. Thank you, Miss Iglesias. I agree, that's a good thing. What does the watch and the hair symbolize? And for the main characters, what is their internal and external conflict? I would say their external conflict is their financial struggle. Their internal conflict they struggle with the decision to sacrifice what they value for someone else. Because I don't know if I could give up the watch that my father and grandfather gave to me. I don't know. I think I've given a lot of nice gifts, but I don't know if I could give up something that came from my father and grandfather. I don't know. Maybe I would, and maybe I wouldn't. Okay, someone says they symbolize sacrifices people are willing to make in the name of love. Well, let me ask you a question, another question. What is too much for a boyfriend or a girlfriend? What do you think is too much? I know I let somebody use my car and then they brought my car back dirty. I don't like that because I'm a very neat person, a very, very neat person. And I feel like if you use somebody's car, and I know his brother had died, but when you use someone's car, you at least put gas in it and at least shake out the dirt. Don't you think so? Okay, asking for something that makes you uncomfortable, I agree. It comes to a point, it's too much money. Don't ask. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay, invading someone's privacy, I agree. You most definitely don't want the stalker. Emily said marriage is too much. Okay, harming yourself for them. No, we don't. Most definitely don't do that. And it doesn't have to be physical. It could be emotional or financial. That is exactly right. Okay, somebody said, "Oh my God." Anything else? Emily say marriage is too much. That is funny to me. Well, but let me ask you another question. Do you think young people value marriage? And someone said no already. They said that too quick. Does your age group value marriage? Some do. I think it depends. Somebody right there told me no. Oh goodness, that was quick. And why? Why don't they value marriage? Oh, it's too much to deal. Some kids are getting married at this age now. They got married at 11. Really? Okay, they haven't experienced life yet. Okay. Okay, so what I want you to do now, arranged marriages. I don't like that. Oh, back during your grandparents' time, yes, I agree. I don't think I would like that arranged marriage. I don't know about that. That means you could be 20 and then they can make you marry somebody that's 60. But sometimes they do a good job with arranging marriages. I don't think I would like that though. Okay, so what I want you to do now is log into Kahoot. That's the code in the chat box. 309-3760. Okay, I only have six people. Hmm? Yeah, I'm kind of writing it down. You use part of your first name. Oh, okay. Yes, I see it. That helps. Is that you the number? Someone put themselves as a number. Whoever has on music, please turn it off. I really don't want to write people up. I really, really don't. If you could play music, you can be on Kahoot. Hmm? What's wrong? Okay, our winner. Congratulations. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I did not do the activity where you can learn more about me. So we're going to play truth or lie, and you tell me in the chat what is the lie. Okay, I live in Georgia. I have three sisters. My parents are in their 70s. I graduated from Ohio State. What is the lie? Okay, someone said the first one. Yes, that's exactly right. I do not live in Georgia. Okay, I'm a cook. I'm a national board teacher. I'm the eldest. I have a dog. What is the lie? Someone said number three, number one. I do not have a dog. I am afraid of dogs, most definitely. And I do like to cook. This is some food I've cooked. Oh wait a minute. Turn the page. Okay, what is the lie? I do trainings for teachers, STEM activities with students in the past. I like cats. I taught elementary, middle, high school, and college. What is the lie? That's right. I do not like cats. I'm afraid of cats, bugs, everything. Okay, I've published book. I've published articles. I can fly a plane. I've taught for over 20 years. What is the lie? That's right. I cannot fly a plane. No, I cannot. I don't even like flying. Okay, this is my great grandmother you see in the background. But what is the lie? I like arts and crafts, music. I went to Hawaii and in Canada, and I can swim. What is the lie? Nope, I cannot swim. Matter of fact, when I was probably your age, no, I think I was your age, a little younger. I jumped in the pool, went all the way to the bottom, thought I was going to drown. This is me when I was 1 years old. This is my great grandfather on my dad's side. And this is a picture out of one of my books I've done. So that's a little bit about me. So you have maybe about 20 minutes until the bell rings. And this is a good time for you to either work on your assignments that are due, whether you're working on Epic or your Ed puzzle or Quill or News Ella, and the documents are attached there. This is a good time to get started. So I'm gonna give you these. Any questions? Did you for the code? Did you put eyes and ice cream? S1171. Oh, this internet is slow. Well, you have other things you can work on. Okay, here it is. Oh, now I see nothing. Yes, eyes and ice cream. You got to put two eyes, a S, and 1171. Okay, getepic.com/students. Okay, I got in. So make sure you type carefully. And sometimes you type something wrong in your email in your web address. I have glasses in case I just, but I'm much older than all of you. So try it one more time. But there are also other things you can work on too.